Okay, well, let's go and do the voice check first. Hopefully you guys can hear me pretty clearly. So somebody could let me know that they can hear me, that'd be great. Oh, yep, okay, thanks, Gina. So we've got sound out there, good, good. All right, so it's been quite a busy week last week with testing and stuff and that. So gotta take advantage of Rick when he's around and available. So let's get straight to it. Okay, so what you see in front of you, you can see the smiley face in the corner. Okay, so smiley face is we'll set the stop level at the zigzag, one of the channels, depending on our settings. Yep. So, because a lot of times we're in a rush and we don't do the right risk management, in which case over here we can set what our risk management wants to be. We can go and set it at risk management. Okay, MMM stands for money manager. Okay, you can set it at 1%, 0.05, point, whatever. Okay, so it comes. I leave it set at 3%. Okay, so and obviously like this trade here, it's already got its diamond, but just to demonstrate, if you want to sell, we place the cursor below the price. That means we want the smiley face to go and place a market order for a sell. Yep. We right click and go to trading and click sell stop, press place. Okay, and you can see it's placed it at the channel line, yeah? Stop level. It's over here. When we give the command for it to, okay, let's just see when we gave it the command. Okay, so we placed a sell stop. So once the smiley face recognizes the command, it deletes the command. Immediately after, it has a look at the equity and works out based on what its parameters are. It will quickly work out what the lot size is, okay? So you can see over here, taken less than a millisecond to work that the lot size is going to be that, right? So yeah, it's 19.04 minutes, 0.17 seconds, 0.261 milliseconds. Yep. Okay, so it does it very quick. And then it places the order and does that all less than a minute, less than a second. Okay, so that's its job. Its job is to ensure that no matter how much of a hurry we are, that our stop loss is placed accordingly. We can preset it to 20 pips or 30 pips. Okay, so let me just close this trade. We can close the trade anytime we like. We can drag the stop levels and take profits and do all those things. Okay, it leaves a little marker showing where it was told to enter an order at market. Yeah, so it does a lot of good things. Okay, most importantly, if you're going into a trade that's ready, say we entered the trade here, we can see that really from our first time that the market, we've got a confirmed line and where the market entry at that point was that we're very entering, 42 pips later. Yep. A lot of times we're tempted to move our stop level a lot closer. Yep. So this just, if it's the same current low, it will always use the same current low. We've got it set that way. Yep. Okay. So it stops us from temptation. Okay. So that way, no matter where we enter the trade, if the alert's there and we're going by the rules. Now, the other rule that people may not have remembered me saying, but I will go through it. Arrows are good points of alerts that say, hey, might be a good time to re-enter. You can only re-enter on arrows if you've got a confirmed line in the direction the arrow is pointing. Okay, in which case, to enter and assess this as a re-entry, we need to go to the confirmed vertical line, make sure it's still confirmed. Yep. So we need a confirmed blue vertical line to enter there. Yeah. In which case we can enter that trade, because if it hasn't reached its high star, or as we can call it, a promise star. Okay. So once a vertical line is confirmed, it confirms that it has a buy. Confirmed blue lines confirming that it's a buy, and that it's got a current low, and it will do its very best to go to the promised diamond that it wants to go to. Okay, which means it's a current high diamond, which will have a dotted line. Okay, that's where it wants to go. Okay, so, and that's why we always refer back to vertical line, a confirmed vertical line. Fulcrum trading is about the fulcrum, the central part. We based a true belief that if a confirmed vertical line is confirmed, that it confirms the low or high, and that it wants to go to the opposite promised diamond. Yeah. For a buy, it wants to go to a current high. For a sell, it wants to go to the current low. Okay. So, and based on that belief, if one is true, then the other is what will unfold. And then you can see why these smaller arrows that appear in the direction it goes, it means price went up above the river, came back down, and it helps us time a nice entry, because generally after an arrow, price will actually move in the direction the arrow is pointing, like this pink one. After that, price went down. Even though it didn't go down very far, it still went down, yeah? So we're going up for a buy. So you can see that we can enter trades on an arrow, and they're pretty good entries, as long as there's a confirmed vertical line for that arrow. Okay, so over here you can see that there's no lines, and we know there has to be some, so I probably need to refresh. I click the refresh button, and yeah, there they go. Okay, so what looks a little bit different is window 2. Okay, so window 2 is one of the ones that was a little bit more advanced. Okay, and what we mean is that, yes, we have the zigzag check, okay, which allowed us to put multiple time frames. The only difference is that by default we had to go and have the current time frame and the high time frame actually go in the same direction for the shading to be there, so sometimes we lost that. The DZ zigzag check underscore option actually allows me to select a time frame or two other than the current or the current with one another. So it's very similar to the DPH DD zigzag. Okay, so yeah, and makes jumping diamonds a lot easier. Okay, because you don't have a part that should be pink, but because it has to deal with additional lines, it can't show the pink. So just to quickly demonstrate the difference between these two, it won't show too well, but you'll probably get the idea. So, okay, because this is a visual system, it's important. Okay, just put it down for the time being so I can check the settings to make sure that I've got the same settings. 20, okay, 2448. Okay, where did it go? Okay, so yeah, I'll have them already done, so you don't have to do this. Okay, so over here, it doesn't give me an option of mixing and matching whichever time frames. If I put one time frame higher, that means automatically we'll use both the current time frame and the higher time frame. And this is what I get. Okay, so you can see the difference. Exact settings. I've substituted the DT options in window 2 now, and it was pretty much just replacing the existing one that one of the new ones. Okay, it still has its uses, but not in this particular case where I want to exploit the jumping diamond. Yeah. Okay, so you can see in the window 2 that's in this chart, the pink is completely unbothered by the current time frame. Okay, the pink's been drawn by the M30, representing the M30 zigzag. Okay, so suggesting price still wants to go down. And you can see over here where the yellow line popped up, that's the M15 getting a low, going up and coming down. So you can see in jumping diamonds, having a pink, be able to answer yes, it's pink, it's a lot clearer, whereas having a space in between still can relay the same information, but a lot of times it doesn't allow you, and it makes you make it causes you to think whether there's shading or not. Okay, so over here you can see clearly, once again, in the bottom one, it's blank. Okay, the top one shows that the higher time frame is actually continuously still wants to push up. So visually, you're more confident of your buy entry and then jumping diamonds. Okay, so that's one of the things. So I just needed to do some more testing last week to help give that indicator, the DD zigzag underscore options, an opportunity to demonstrate how it could benefit me by replacing the other check. Okay, so I don't change it because it suits me. I change it because it'll make it easier for you. Okay, and new people coming in, because navigating a jumping diamond is hard enough, and if I want the assessor to do the work for you, then I have to make the charts reflect that answer. Okay, so yeah, so that's that little red arrow where we did that entry. You can see price still kept pushing down, another 16, 17 pips, and you can see window 2 was indicating price still in the M30 wanted to go down. Yeah, so over here you can see that apart from this red vertical line, we did have a pink arrow. Yeah. So on the candle after that, we could have entered. Why? Because we had 2 confirmed red vertical lines earlier today. Yep. So, and we all know that the alert arrows come promptly. Yep. So I don't think I've heard anybody ever complain about an arrow alert, and it would have says sell arrow. Okay. And you need a confirmed vertical line, so you could have entered there. Yeah. So this has demonstrated the use of how to use that to enter the trade for you, to ensure that you always get the right stop level. And it's also given me an opportunity to show how do you utilize the arrows and the alert that comes with that arrow, so that any trade opportunity to enter that sell trade, you're able to take advantage of. And a lot of times it can be most timely. So, any questions? No? Okay. And since most of this requires a lot of screenshots and watching and actually trading to see what happens in the live market, to actually test it out, I've probably spent about 36 hours just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in all this. So to push it to its limits and just to use the assessor for every single trade, and let the system actually provide me with the trades and how it unfolds. Yeah, that's the whole idea, because that's what I expect you to do. So any of the trades that entered last week, while I'm testing it, are straight by the book, just like I've shown to you right there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and definitely in the live market, with some of the nice upgrades and recoding of these indicators, tweaking one always requires the rest to be adjusted, and only can adjust it while the market's live, when you're actually answering and using the system. Okay, so the adjustments are a reflection of the actual feedback of watching the whole system and process work. Yep. Okay, so this template comes with the settings of the smiley face. Okay, for those that are trading a live account, you can manually override the money manager by going in there and saying false, and moving way up here to where it says lots, which means lot size, and you can change that to 1, which means that the lot size for that order will be 10 cents. Yeah, because you're overriding the system. So to show you that that's how it works, let's place an order. Okay, remember, put things cursor below the price if you wanted to go and do a sell. You notice that the volume there says 2, so this is a command, so it actually doesn't use that volume. Okay, over here. Okay, okay, so why did it do that? Okay, let me just see. Okay. Okay. So I was still using Money Manager for that one. So 0.01. Okay, yeah, okay. So when I manually override it, we do 1, that's what it did, yeah? Okay, so as you can see, I managed to upgrade and change things and still put the trade on. You can see how quickly it places the trade once you command it. Okay, so, and okay, so you can see the stop level that it used every time was where the channel line was, yeah? Okay, so you can see 127.49, 127.49. So yeah, so it does definitely know about the zigzags, okay? So, any questions on that? Okay, we've got a question, have we? Okay, no questions, look good. So once again, it's just getting used to the tools, okay? So generally the places where errors can, human error can happen, and really by accident, is at a time when they want to place a trade. You know, a lot of times they might get excited and forget the settings and, you know, just press the button and not look at the volume, okay? And, you know, or MT4 might have reset itself, okay? And it mightn't be fixed. Okay, so by actually using the smiley face, and as long as that's set for what you want, it'll always give you the right lot size, yep, unless you preset it and override the money management. Okay, and it'll always make sure that your stop level and take profits are what you want. It will do all those. And yeah, and really the other thing is, where should I enter? Okay, so as I said, if you're entering a trade that's triggered by a sell arrow, I say sell arrow alert, it's always the candle after the alert, because if you're on the candle, you keep going up, the alerts just start happening. So the candle after allows the previous candle to finish, and either the arrow is going to be there or it's going to be higher, okay? But you can certainly jump on an arrow when it, you know, before the alert comes and before it finishes, and price could go up 50 pips, can't it? So always, the entry is always after the alert, okay? And the alert will come. So, and to enter that arrow, we need to have a confirmed, at least a confirmed red vertical line, pink arrow entry, yeah? You can see that both lines are confirmed, yep. So hopefully that clarifies what are the arrows there for. They're to go and help you if you are going to, well, first of all, to make you aware that there might be an entry opportunity, okay? And when you get there, to notice whether there's a confirmed vertical line for that entry, and if there is, hey, jump in, okay? So, okay, I think I saw a question, so I answer that one. Okay, no questions. Okay, yeah. So, yes. So we are, this is obviously the first step. At the moment, we've put in a little bit of extra smarts in it, and that is for it to go and close when a diamond with a white line approaches, okay? So over here you can see there's a zigzag that says current, and I've got that set at 48, 40, 35, and it says stop. Okay, so that zigzag is basically the one that looks for your stop channel line, the one for your stop loss, okay? The one above it is an exit, okay? So if I've entered in a sell trade, what the second one, exit, it's hunting for a diamond that would like to be a current low, okay? So at the moment trialing that. So that way, once we've proved that that's working as it's designed to, it will actually babysit that trade. And if you go missing or go to toilet or answer a phone and you forget, as long as the EA is on, it will actually lock your profit, activate the trailing stop, etc. Okay, so which is another part that we sometimes tend to self-sabotage. So this smiley face is being built to address that. Okay, so virtually all we need to do is respond to the alert, ensure that the environment and the criteria is met, and as long as that is, we then instruct and command smiley face to place a market order for us, to do money management, and then to babysit. Doesn't mean that we can't close the trade early or extend and all that. You know, if we can see the market's going to go further, we can move to take profit. We could switch off to auto trading if we wanted to, but if we do that, we have to manually look after it because we've told the babysitter to go home. Okay, but you can leave the babysitter on and still extend. The other thing it's currently programmed to do is actually to do a little bit of profit jumping, yeah. So, yeah. So 5 pips, when it activates the trailing stop, it'll bring your take profit to within 5 pips of the appearing diamond, okay? And it'll move the take profit 5 times your trailing stop. So my trailing stop is 5 pips. It will move the take profit to 25 pips from the diamond that's appearing. Yeah, so these things obviously, that's what we're doing, more trades and to review that it's operating as it's been designed. Yep, and then at that part, it'll be performing and babysitting extremely well for you. And then we'll be looking to put additional intelligence in it in the form of a default table, etc. All the things that you actually do manually now. Okay, so, but just remember, it all basically still works in the system. Okay, and because we're still doing these modifications and enhancing and delegating more work to the software, I haven't pushed out a new PDF with the slight changes to the minimum criteria and things like that. Okay, but once we've tested and satisfied that all our smiley faces are done, I'll update all the documentation and also create a mini booklet that will have examples of trade entries using the system. Yeah. So, okay. So that being what you see in front of you. Okay. So I thought you guys must be pretty bored of me always doing pound Aussie, Aussie US. So that's why you can see a couple of new faces in here. Okay. So you can answer in your own head. I've got pink arrows here and green arrows, right? And I've got a current low. So can I enter in any of those arrows? Okay. I mean, I got all pink here and all that. It looks really tempting. But for me to do that, what do I need? I need a vertical red line. Oh, no, I need a confirmed one. Okay. It hasn't got a confirmed one. I can quickly check. I can go and quickly refresh and see if there's a red vertical line that is confirmed. I got no confirmed vertical red line or confirmed blue vertical line. I cannot use these arrows to re-enter, can I? All right, simple question. Okay, so the arrows are there, but the arrows have to be used in conjunction with a confirmed vertical line. Okay, I see a few questions pop up. Okay. No, you can't. VL require. Okay, great. Yep, that's correct. Okay. So, yeah. So that's a pretty good example. Okay, so yeah. So generally, what we're doing is delegating more work and pushing it onto the software. Your part is still the main function. You know, the vertical line comes up, everything revolves around it. If it's confirmed, we can do wonderful things. And our job is to actually ensure that it's confirmed. We respond to it, and then we combine the next part, which is the smiley face. Yep. The other thing coming is an additional indicator that specifically draws vertical lines. Okay, that's not using the LG river. Yeah. So over here, you can see the LG river, which is the dotted vertical line, and then you can see another pink line, and that's dash. Yeah. So the dash one is created by or drawn by an indicator called the L trend alert. Okay, what that does, inside it, it can actually see window 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if they meet the 5 question criteria or the minimum requirements of the Fulcrum PDF, and there's a trigger, it'll actually draw a line. Okay, so over here where you see it draws a line because the minimum criteria has been met. That means window 4 is pink and at least one of window 3 and 5 is pink. Yeah, that it's got a current high, etc. Okay, so inside it, it knows all that. So, oops, sorry, wrong one. Okay, so that's the next one we're working on. So you'll actually have 2 lines, yeah? So, yeah, so instead of having 2 rivers, there'll be 1 river and 1 LG alert, yep. So you can see LG alert 2019, so inside it, you can see each of the checks. You see it still has the river in it, so it knows the center line because it needs to see the center line. Okay, and it's got the zigzag, so it knows the highs and lows. You know, the current high and current low. And here's your checks. You know, here's your window 3 check. Above that was a window 2 check. Up here, DT zigzag. So that's how I can look at window 1, 2, 3. Yep. And if all that plus the triggers met, it'll draw a line. Okay. So it's something that doesn't use the river to draw the lines. Okay. It uses the checks, plus it uses something called a step 1 more average indicator. Okay, so once again, when you get it and you look at where it's drawn, you'll find that the criteria, minimum criteria is met. That means you've got all the assessor questions answered yes, yeah? Okay, so yes. Okay, it's called and it's been modified a little bit, of course. Step 1 more average, 2.3 looks like this. Okay, so I'll give a quick picture of what the software sees. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so when it goes above, it has a little kick. Okay, and basically you can see over here when criteria is met, where it's drawn this green line, you can see it's gone, turned from pink to green and has a hook. Okay, so that's the indicator that we use with the checks to give us a trigger. Okay, so it's triggered with other logic other than the LG River. Okay, so yeah, but it has the same smarts that it knows the zigzags and all that. Yeah. Okay, so we are doing quite a few things in there to take away and give you more framework and have a lot of more of the software doing a lot of work. So when these things pop up, generally most of the analysis is done for you and you just need to act upon it. Yeah. Criteria met. Step 2, place trade. Now you've got a tool that you can command, place the trade to ensure, and it will also shortly babysit the trade for you. Okay. So yeah, so you can, as long as you've got your computer on or it's on a VPS, you can walk away from the computer and feel quite happy that you've got the software that's smart enough to mind your trade for you and close the trade for you. Okay, so hopefully, I think that pretty much wraps me up. If I do any more than this, you might be too excited and you won't be able to go to sleep. But yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll have this uploaded. I did record it, so yeah. One last chance for questions. Okay. Okay. Confirm VL. Confirm VL. Okay. So yeah. And best place to ask me questions, main community, so everybody can see the question and they can see the answer, and that way, hopefully, people ask different questions than what you asked. You'll get the benefit and say, "Oh, that's a good question," and enjoy the answer. Okay. So have a great night. Have a great week, and I'll send this one over tonight. Okay, so if it doesn't display properly, just make sure that you go into your files, data folder. I'm pretty sure I already gave you the indicator prior. Okay, so date modified. Okay, the name. You just go to DT zigzag and you want to see it's this one, DT zigzag check underscore options. Okay, that's what's going to display window 2 in the format you see in front of you. Okay, so okay, so you guys can't see what I'm showing you, is that right? Okay, so yeah, I thought I might have given it. So yeah, okay, once again, thank you and have a great night. Okay, yeah, nice little trades, this Euro Yen. So Euro Yen, open of Euro in London, so it's the next big, we probably could very well expect that this is a reasonable occurrence for Euro Yen at this time of night. Yeah. Okay. So I will say good night this time. Good night.